Welcome to the Cryptosphere. This is Cryptogenic coming at you. Today is Monday, November 22nd at 7:40 p.m. here in sunny California, and this is a moment in the market in which patience becomes a necessity. The difference between those who will win and those who will lose in this market all comes down to how much patience do you have. And patience is very difficult to practice in the cryptosphere because crypto time is much slower than normal time. In normal time, if you were to tell somebody that you bought something a year ago and it made 300% in a year, they would tell you that that is fabulous. But in crypto time, 300% in a year, it's barely moved at all. And that's why people who were holding Zilliqa and bought it a year ago for 3 cents are like, man, this thing isn't doing anything. Should I dump it for something else? No, this is a moment in the market in which patience is a virtue. We need to apply patience because crypto time is slower than every other kind of time. But crypto time speeds up. It warps. It goes into warp speed. Once it takes off and it's ready to take off and rip and roar, it goes into warp speed. And folks, I believe we are getting closer and closer to that warp speed moment where we're going to see face melting profits on a daily basis. I mean, it's got to happen soon. We're so close. Now let's take a look at these charts and see what the charts can tell us. First of all, let's start with Bitcoin. I'm looking at this weekly chart and everything is fine. Matter of fact, almost nothing has changed over the weekend. I haven't given you a video since Friday. I gave you 2 videos on Friday though, so I took 2 days off. I was hoping to get in here and make a video, but I wasn't able to do so. But if we look at this weekly chart, literally we are honoring this historic trend line almost to the dollar. We've barely wicked beneath it. We're above this first line of support here at $54,852, well above the second line of support at $52,043. However, when we look at the RSI has broken through the trend, which is not a problem because we're well above the line of support. As long as we break bullish before this line, we have made a higher low. And secondly, there's another line of support here that we might break at. If we break there, that's perfect. It's great. We still got a higher low in the RSI, and that's really all I'm looking for right now is number one, are we honoring these historic support lines on the price action? And number two, are we making higher lows in the RSI? Those are really the only 2 questions I'm looking at. And whenever the answer to one of those questions is no, you've got my attention. And if the answer to both questions is no, then I've become concerned. But right now, looking at this Bitcoin chart, I see no reason to be concerned. Matter of fact, looking at the daily chart, sorry, it's kind of messy here. Zooming in here on the daily, what we see is that we're right in this support zone here, between 55.3 and 55.9. And now it looks like we've established support above 55.9. And then if we look at the RSI here on the daily, this is encouraging. I zoomed in here. So number one, right at we have two lines of support converging at the same time, and right at that convergence point, we bounced. Okay, but we've made a higher low on the RSI on the daily chart, which indicates the possibility that we have bottomed out. It really indicates a higher level of probability that we've bottomed out now. We're starting a new upward trend. And I think there's a good chance that we're pulling out of here now. We may not have to go all the way down and test the 100-day EMA. We may just move out of here now. We just got to break above the 50, and then we got to break above the whole suite indicator. And then we got to break above this, we got to break above this little tiny all-time high that was only a few dollars above the previous one that we established. We've got to break above that resistance zone here, and I think just this pullback is giving us enough juice to do just that. Looking at XRP on the weekly, we've broken down here. We've closed outside and below this triangle, and we're on a second candle below the line. However, However, here's what's pretty cool is that we've still made a higher low in the RSI. So the price action is telling me that we're breaking down, but the RSI is telling me we haven't quite broken down yet. Don't count me out yet. I'm actually not too concerned about XRP until we break beneath this line. The RSI is actually divergent. The RSI is actually moving up here even while, well, it's not divergent because the price action was down here. So we made a higher low in the price as well. So yeah, once again, I don't see, one indication we broke bearish out of the triangle. Okay, but had we broken beneath this line here in the RSI, now that would have been deep concern. But we're not seeing that on the weekly, looking at XRP. And once again, on the daily, I'm seeing this higher low in the RSI. Look at this. So the RSI is telling me that we've bounced here, that we've got some support here, that we've got a higher low there, and that this could be a new upward trend. We're moving in the right direction. Looking at LTC, it's similar except more bullish. The RSI is far more bullish in XRP, meaning we haven't even come down to the line of support. Like we haven't even come down to the trend line. It would be healthy for us to bounce here at this trend line. We're not even at the trend line yet. We're not nearly. I mean, we got to break beneath this line before I'm concerned. LTC looks bullish right now. LTC actually looks the most bullish so far between XRP and BTC at the moment, and that continues to suggest to me that LTC is going to blast off first, and that would not be uncommon historically. All right, so yes, we bounced right at this line of support. We've honored it for 2 consecutive weekly candles, and now we're in a 3rd weekly candle, and we're above that line. So when I look at this LTC chart, all is well. Looking at Ethereum, I'm seeing a couple of things. First thing I see with Ethereum is that we're in this narrowing triangle here. We broke bullish above this trend, but there's a second trend here. We're honoring this trend line. If we were to come, well, actually, let me be a little bit more precise here. We've actually broken beneath that trend line, which once again is not concerning until we break beneath this line. So we've got plenty of space to bounce. And actually, I can see this is probably, yeah, this is actually a strong support level. If we go back here, see, we honored it here. We honored it here. We broke there. We broke here. Nice support there. So we could come all the way down to this line and break, and it would still be very bullish. And, of course, the trend takes us all the way up to 10,000. I actually looked at the daily chart of Ethereum, and it could take us up to 10,000 as well. I don't get it. I don't know why. I don't know why everybody's willing to pay these astronomical gas fees, but more power to you. BCH, once again, everything looks the same. This is the line of support. We're not even at that line of support yet. It looks like we're breaking. Guys, it's almost superfluous for me to keep going through these charts because there's nothing different. Now, this is different. It's cool to look at a chart that actually looks different, that seems to be doing something different. And Sol, Phantasma, is fantastic. It's Phantasma. It looked like we were doing this cup and handle pattern, and it looks like we're doing just that. And if so, we're going to blast off and come up here towards $5, which is really exciting. And the top of this whole thing for me, for Phantasma, is about $12, which would be really, really exciting to see a $12 Phantasma. We added it to the cryptogenic portfolio at 69 cents, which is really exciting. So we're strongly in the positive there. And I mean, of course, we're strongly in the positive on all of these assets. So all is well there. Chili's still looking really strong here, way above the trend in the RSI. And we're breaking bullish even from that upper point here, above the trend in the price action. Chili's is strong, folks. I think it's going to break out. Sand is coming all the way up here to test. Look at this. It's coming right up to my target and hitting resistance right at that target. But look how many consecutive engulfing bullish candles that we've had. It's going to have to pull back, not to mention it's way up here at 90.91.26, 90.95. It's way up here in the overbought territory in the RSI. It's going to have to cool down. What I think it could possibly do is come back and retest the trend line and then take off towards its target up here. But I do think $16 is maximum for sand by the end of this cycle. I could be wrong. It could break above that, or it may not make it that high. But that's as much as this chart will give me, given my limited skillfulness. Looking at CRO, CRO is breaking out quite nicely. I see a target of $1.88. I don't know, and I definitely can't promise that it's going to go straight there without correcting it all. Already the RSI is way up in the overbought territory, way above. Yeah, it's up there, folks. The RSI is up there. However, the RSI on the weekly is a lagging indicator. Look at this. We've even broken above this line of resistance in the RSI. So CRO is beastly right now. If it were to come back down and test this trend line, that would be a great buy. Or even if it came down to about this level of support at about 43 cents, I think that would be a great buy. But this chart only gives me about $1.88. I mean, I'm sure it could go far beyond that. But what I'm looking for is the RSI is so far up here, it's just not a technical buy for me right now. It might be a fundamentals buy for you. It's just not a technical buy. AVAX, this is the last one I'm going to look at today. AVAX looks strong. It's moving up. Not a whole lot of historic information here, but what I can see is that the RSI is coming up into the overbought territory, and it could hit this line of resistance and break down, or it could break slightly above it. It doesn't have much further to go. I think there's a good chance AVAX could come back and visit this line before blasting off. That would give the RSI to come back down, a time to come back down to the middle a little bit, take a breather, and then break out towards the top again. So when we look at sand, this is what I'm talking about. Like this, see how the RSI is way up here? This is where I'm looking for the RSI to go, say for Bitcoin. I'm looking for the RSI to come back up here into this overbought territory. I'm looking for the RSI on XRP to come back up here into this overbought territory. This is how I'll know when it hits that upper area and then starts to correct and starts making lower highs. Then I'll know that the energy is beginning to leave the wine and that the days of the bull run are numbered. But I see no indication that we're anywhere near that yet. We just got to be patient. We're in the doldrums, guys. We're in the doldrums. But in the doldrums, you just got to be patient. You got to be watchful. You got to be awake. But you got to be hopeful. So don't fret. Don't fear. Got a little bit of dry powder. I haven't decided where I'm going to put it yet. I tried to buy Saitama, but the gas fees, I mean, Saitama has dumped so much. I thought it wouldn't hurt just to buy a little bit of it at least. I mean, for God's sake, an incredible discount right now for Saitama. But the gas fees cost more than the asset. I was going to buy like $200 of Saitama, and the gas fee was $290. I mean, what in tarnations? Like, why? I mean, for God's sake, you got to have a 400+% profit to even break even on a buy. Like, actually more than that, because when you sell it, you're going to pay gas fees to sell it. I mean, I don't get it, honestly. Good Lord. But anyway, hope you all are having a wonderful week. Hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoy your family. Hope you enjoy some good food. I still plan to be making videos for you this week. I'm going to be out of town, but I'm planning on taking my rig with me so that I can stay on top of it, because I think this is going to be an important week. The thing about the crypto market is it does not sleep. I mean, the junk does not Stop. So, that's all I got for you for today. Remember, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you to buy, sell, or hold anything. I'm simply telling you what I see. But if you would do me a favor and smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, but also click that little bell if you wouldn't mind, so that you know when my new content comes out. I'd appreciate it. And above all else, make it your aim to sleep in peace every night, wake in joy every morning, and walk in love every day. This is Cryptogenic, signing out.